Lucha.
Lucha Underground. Season 3.
Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here. Hope you're all having a great Labor Day weekend, sipping some cold ones, getting some time to yourself, spending time with family and friends. So, yeah, Lucha Underground Season 3 is right around the corner. Begins this week in just a few short days. Or depending on when you're watching this, maybe in a few short minutes. Just want to go over, I did this last season, kind of a thinking forward, kind of a predictions, kind of a, hey, what do you think we're going to see next season? It's kind of hard to do because, and I've watched this season 3 trailer several times, and Lucha Underground has also put out a few different little promo type vids, and I'm sure we're going to see a few more leading up to the season 3 episode 1 later this week. Who knows? But we saw one from Ivelisse. We saw one from Rey Mysterio. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. And stop drinking. We also saw one from John Morrison. We also saw a nice little 5-minute spiel from Matt Stryker going over season 2, and that highlighted certain things, and that was nice because so much going on, and you forget what all happened from starting out in the asylum with Vampiro, Mil Muertes being champ. And then all of a sudden, the whole season gets turned on its head when Matanza shows up, and from there it just snowballs downhill into the crazy Ultima Lucha Dos. So yeah, I just wanted to go over a few different things, talking about the championships, new faces, and a few popular faces, and thinking about what could be coming down the road for them. So let's start out with. Let's start out with the big picture, not people necessarily in ring talent. Let's talk about who has the power over the temple. Okay, start out with what I think some fans, including myself, were a little disappointed with at the end of season 2. Everybody was like, oh, what's going to happen to Dario? I don't know a person, I talked to, X amount of people about Lucha Underground. And the people I've talked to, we've all said the same thing. It's like, yeah, that end of season 2 really left you wanting more. And I think it kind of ticked some fans off. Kind of like, the end of season 6 ticked off a lot of, Walking Dead fans, who did Negan kill? Same thing. So Dario gets arrested. Okay. Number one, what's going to happen to Dario? He's not going to stay locked up. Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. He's locked up in the van. Who or what? I say what, because you never know what the hell's going to happen to Lucha Underground. Who's going to get Dario out of his jam, okay? One significant little thing that I noticed from the Season 3 trailer, and this is all speculation, so don't be like, oh, spoiler alert. No, this is all speculation. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm, completely off, whatever. It's no big deal. Black Lotus was seen in the trailer, Season 3 trailer, with a bunch of ninja-looking, black-clad-looking guys. Or girls. Who knows? I think they're guys. I have a feeling this might be what ties into, the release of Dario Cueto from jail. or prison or wherever they're going to have him. Or maybe he doesn't even get there. Maybe they stop the van like 5 minutes down the road after the end of season 2. Maybe. Who knows? Like they're all lined up in the season 3 trailer. Maybe they're waiting for the van to come down the road a couple miles down and boom, they spring them. Who knows? We also saw Matanza locked up. What looked like a different cell from what he had before, in the belly of the temple, downstairs, I'm guessing, whatever. So, that's going to be interesting to see that reuniting. The other thing I want to talk about with the power of, or who has the power over the temple, is the whole Councilman Delgado thing, which we saw just a split second of that in in the trailer, season 3 trailer. We saw him in the limo with Dario Cueto. So maybe Councilman Delgado and the mystery man, the cigar smoker at the other dark end of the limo, the limousine, had something to do with springing out Dario Cueto, and they'll let Dario run the temple, but he'll have to owe these other guys in order to, who knows, something, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think we're gonna find out who this mystery man is too. I have a feeling who it is, but I'm not gonna say, just because it's one of those things where I want to wait till I find out, and then I'll be like, okay, that's so not who I thought it was, or maybe I'll be right. Who knows? So yeah, the power over the temple is going to be a big thing this season. Next, I want to talk about the championship itself, the Lucha Underground Championship. Matanza has been one of my favorite parts of season 2, and just the fact he's such a flippin' beast, and he's not like he's not some like 6'7", 300-pound monster. He's not like, he's not as big as a guy like Mil Muertes. Mil was like significantly intimidating, and this Matanza guy was too, but he was shorter. But man, he was so... Watching Matanza move around the ring was kind of like watching the new Universal Champ Kevin Owens move around the ring. He's kind of a stocky, big guy, but he moves like a luchador. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, like wondering where the championship's going to go this season, we've got quite this season ahead of us. 40 weeks, and I don't want to like reiterate that too much, but that's almost twice as long as season 2. So, Matanza was champ for quite a while. I shouldn't say was, because he still is. But it's going to be interesting to see how long he holds it in season 3, and who is going to take it from him. Now, if you look at not the trios, the Gift of the Gods Championship, and who holds that right now is Sexy Star. Is Sexy Star going to be the one to take it from Matanza? If you look at what Sexy Star went through this past season, jeez Louise. And it's not just her. It's all the women involved in Lucha Underground. They did some tremendous things this season. Like, just... yes, some of them were extreme and, but just overall, from the start of the season to the end of the season, you had Ivelisse, a 2-time trios champion. Excuse me. You had Taya, who beat Ivelisse at the end of the season. You had Sexy Star, who won the Gift of the Gods Championship. Holy crap. Cobra Moon. Cobra Moon was a big part of the trailer in the season 3 trailer, and she had some cool little moments in season 2. Wasn't real specific part of season 2, but she did have some good wins, and she did have a corny little storyline where she is kind of like, mega attracted to Daga. But I got a feeling she's gonna really come into her own in season 3 and really, I don't know, she's got that snake temple, like straight out of like Cobra G.I. Joe land, or the Temple of Doom, like I said in my last Lucha Underground video. I think she's gonna have a much more significant part. And like in the trailer, she's fighting guys like Phoenix. So that's going to be interesting, Are we going to see some kind of like, excuse me, are we going to see some kind of women's like triple team take on the trios champions of Phoenix, Drago, and who's the last guy? Aerostar. Are we going to see something like that? It's like, one thing we've learned in Lucha Underground is just when you think you've seen it all, no, you haven't. They'll like throw more crazy stuff at you that you've never seen before. And that's one of the greatest reasons why I love this brand. There's always something new popping up, like, oh my god, I never saw that coming, So, yeah, from Evilise, Taya, Sexy Star, Cobra Moon, and Mariposa. Sexy Star's thing with Mariposa is obviously not over, because we see that in the Season 3 trailer. And also Katrina. I should have brought this up with the whole power thing over the temple, but I got a feeling she's going to be a much more significant part in the women's side of the wrestling, a much more physical side in season 3. I have a feeling. And I also have a feeling we're also going to see a lot more of her supernatural side as well. I saw an interesting, I think it was an Instagram pic, and it was something that she was shooting for season 3, like after they wrapped, and she was like full of blood. That's just like one of those things like, oh my god, what is going to happen in season 3? Something crazy is going to happen, Is she going to get killed off? Is she going to become a vampire like Vampiro? Who knows? Something crazy is going to happen. Because she's already like a witch or a demon or something, or a succubus or whatever. So let's see, what's next on the list here of my notes? The Trios Championship. Oh my god, that is going to be another big prevalent thing that's going to be a whole lot of fun this season. And we saw a few different teams hold the championship in season 2. We had Evilise, Angelico, and Son of Havoc. They lost them to... oh crap, now I'm not even going to remember all the teams. Oh no, they beat... the Disciples of... what were they called? Katrina's guys. Aligned with Mil Muertes. The Disciples... was it the Disciples of Death? Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. And then the two got killed by Sinestro de la Muerte later. So we had the Disciples of Death get beaten by Team Evilise, and then they got beat by, oh my god, who beat them? There was so much that happened in season 2. Was it the Worldwide Underground? I think that's what it was. I think so. Mundo, PJ Black, and Jack Evans. and then they held him for a while, and then they lost him at Ultima Lucha Dos to Phoenix, Aerostar, and Drago, which made Phoenix the first, what do you call that? Hat trick champion? Is that what they call it? Triple, whatever. He held all the championships that there are, you know? A Grand Slam champ, I think that's what it is. Anyways. So yeah, who is going to take on Drago, Phoenix, and Aerostar? I've got a feeling. I mean, that's the thing about Dario. He could put anyone together, and like out of nowhere, it's like, whoa, what team is this? You know, or bring in some completely new. I think we're gonna see, and it's gonna be part of the new faces we're gonna see in season 3. We got Paul London with 2 other guys. I have no clue who they are, but he was in the season 3 trailer with the guy with the top hat and the white jacket looking. He was all whatever, you know. You know, how big of a part is Paul London going to take, how big of a part is he going to be in season 3? I can't wait to find out. And these other guys, you know, anytime Lucha Underground throws new faces in, it's refreshing. Because, well, like, season 1 was all new faces, except for, like, a few that we'd seen before from, like, the WWE, you know. Season 2 added even more. Season 3 is going to be even more new faces. So, you know, I can't think of any other teams off the top of my head who are going to be taking on Drago, Phoenix, and Aerostar, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we're going to see Team Ivelisse. I don't think so, because I think there's going to be too many other things going on. Ivelisse is going to be tied up with what looks to be Sami Callihan. I think she was like sparring with him in the season 3. Son of Havoc is sparring with like a bigger version of himself, which is just weird. Can't wait to see what the heck that is. And Angelico. Angelico is going to have a big storyline with Johnny Mundo, because he's the one that cost Johnny Mundo and his team the Trios Championships. So that's going to be interesting. So who knows where the Trios Championships are going to go this year, but I can't wait to find out. Oh, God, I almost forgot. Rey Mysterio and Ricochet and... oh my God, what the hell's his name? Dragon Azteca Jr. Almost forgot. They held the Trios Championships as well. Sorry, I forgot that. Had to quick throw that in there. Covered the women. Now, some significant names that I think that are going to be important this season, and some of my favorites. I'm not going to cover all my old favorites, but one I think that is going to be significant this year, just from the promo that was cut, the YouTube on the Lucha Underground thing with that Mundo cut, talking about being Lucha Underground champion. I don't know about you, but I'd love to see that. I think there's a good possibility of seeing that this season, so let's hope for that. Johnny Mundo, Lucha Underground champion. God, that's got a ring to it, doesn't it? That really does. We might see that. We got 40 weeks. I'm going to say this again. We have 40 weeks of Lucha Underground.
We have 40 weeks of Lucha Underground. Oh my God.
Can't handle it. Can't even. So yeah, big things are going to come for Mundo with this season, I think. How and what, I don't know, but we'll see. Ricochet. There was a lot of talk about Ricochet at the end of season 2 when they were finishing the tapings. So yeah, like at the early part of the summer, a lot of talk of where's he gonna go? Is this season 3 gonna be his last season? The last thing we see in season 3 is Vampiro, what looks like him killing Ricochet. Are we gonna see the death of Ricochet in season 3? Holy crap, that'd be crazy. I mean, we've seen a few deaths. We've seen a few. We've seen what, Bale. We saw Bale get killed in season 1. Season 2, we saw. Who was that guy? Guy that went undercover and was talking to Dario. Oh, God. Not Castro, the other guy. Anyways, he got killed too. At least it looked like he got killed. We don't know that for a fact. Cisco. Sorry. We don't know if Cisco is dead, but you'd almost have to assume if Dario beat him with that freaking bull, the Red Bull, did Cisco get his wings? I had to. Sorry, bad joke. Where was I? Ricochet. No. Oh yeah, Ricochet. And then talk about Vampiro. Vampiro. What is going to happen with Vampiro and Pentagon Jr.? Holy crap. Ending the end of the season happened with Dario getting arrested, but right before that with Pentagon Jr. Dark turning on Vampiro, because Vampiro tried to help him with the whole baseball bat and Lucille and the barbed wire, and oh my god, it just got ugly. That really messed up everything at the end of the season. Really put kind of a dark cloud over the end of season 2. I mean, as awesome as it was, I'm just saying, it was like, whoa, really bad juju. Now, I know I'm overthinking this, but it's really fun to do with Lucha Underground, so just bear with me. Talking about what's going to happen between Pentagon Jr. and Vampiro. Pentagon Jr. beat Vampiro, okay? Then what did Pentagon Jr. do at the end before the whole thing, ended? He beat him with the bat, made Vampiro bleed a lot, and then Pentagon Jr. licked a ton of his blood. Is Pentagon Jr. going to become a vampire? Are we going to see Pentagon Jr. Dark become a vampire in season 3? I don't know. I know, you're just like, Jason, you're reaching. Who's Jason? J-Bone. J-Bone, you're reaching. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But I think Vampiro is going to have a much more physical side of season 3. I've got a feeling. And Rey Mysterio. What's going to happen with Rey Mysterio? He had a hell of a season 2. And it took him a while to really get involved with season 2. It started out with a bunch of promos, and then it was halfway through. It was when Matanza became champ. That was the Aztec Warfare. Is that what it was? Aztec Warfare 2, I think, whatever. And I keep thinking back to Krista Joseph's interview that we had with the Rambling About Wrestling podcast back in January of this year. And I asked him, I'm like, how is Rey Mysterio's health? And he said his health is great. Didn't go into big details. Obviously he couldn't. But that was a sign of how he was going to look in Season 2. And he didn't lie. Rey Mysterio looked great in Season 2. So what's going to happen in Season 3 with Rey Mysterio? The trailer does not reveal a whole lot. We see all these little snippets of all these characters, a little bit of sparring, a little bit of fighting, a little bit of supernatural. And I could play it back frame for frame again. We don't see a lot from Rey. We see him working out in LA, running, and he's kneeling down in front of a big wall, what looks like a big shrine of, Mexi/LA, whatever. What is going to happen with Rey this season? Could he be another one who's in line for a Lucha Underground Championship? Are we going to see him maybe become Gift of the Gods and then Lucha Underground champion himself somewhere? Who knows? Maybe it'll take all season. But, I hope... I haven't heard anything negative. I think he's okay as far as his health. Because usually those little things at the tapings, somebody got banged up or something. But even then, you don't hear crap, It's that's the one great thing about Lucha Underground fans. They don't reveal anything. If you want to know what happened at the tapings, you can find out. But if you don't want things to get spoiled, you stay away from that. Like me, I stay away from that as much as I can. Sometimes I do research on someone, and sometimes I see little things that I didn't want to see. But other than that, Season 3 is a pretty big mystery for me. Now, there was some stuff that was revealed in the news earlier this spring. And I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm not even going to mention it. I'm not going to talk about it. If it comes up later in the season when it happens, I'll talk about it. But right now, I'm going to treat it like I don't know. Because if I focus on it, then it's not going to be special when it happens. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to leave that alone. And you're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Just stop. I'm just going to drop it right there. So that pretty much does it. As far as things I wanted to cover for what's coming in Season 3. A little bit of speculation here. What are we going to see? This, that, the other thing. Only other thing I could think of is, as far as new things for Season 3, the new faces. Paul London and his group of circus-looking guys. Luchadors. AR Fox. Oh, I was going to bring up AR Fox. We talked about Sami Callihan a little bit. I think he's going to be kind of all over the place this season. I could see him getting into a lot of different fights with a lot of different people. And we kind of saw that in the trailer. Talked a little bit about that when I did the review, so I don't want to rehash it. I'm excited about that. I like Sami Callihan. I think he could really tear some shit up in Season 3. AR Fox. Thinking back to what we saw in the trailer, Season 3 trailer, he had dog tags on, and he was getting beat up. Maybe he's going to have, who else had dog tags in Season 2? Killshot. Is that going to be a significant team-up or a possible rivalry for Killshot? That's going to be very interesting. So I can see those two getting tied together. I may be completely wrong, but I can see those two getting tied together. Just because, if he's wearing dog tags and it looks like he was in an interrogation, getting beat up in an interrogation room or whatever, I could see that, and then somehow, some way, makes his way to the temple. How that happens, we'll find out. That's about it. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to bring up. But yeah, if you want to read something kind of funny and kind of interesting, Vampiro's been posting a lot of things on his Facebook page. A couple weeks ago, almost a month ago now, between 3 and 4 weeks ago, he posted, it was when he uploaded the Season 3 trailer. Put a very lengthy post with it. And talked about how to prep for the Season 3 premiere, which is happening this Wednesday. Just in case you didn't know. But if you're a Lucha Underground fan and you're watching this, I'm assuming you know. He goes through this whole... I mean, the post is like this long. It's like so long. Talks about all these things you should do before the show and how you should prep for it and what you should eat and make to eat and drink and all these things. And he totally hypes up the Season 3 premiere. Go to that post. It's so out there, but it's so funny and it's so cool. It's Vampiro, just as if you've heard Vampiro talk, he's a little out there, but got a ton of love for Vampiro. He's really been a significant part of the growth of this brand. So here's to everyone involved in Season 3. Can't wait to watch it. Put it in the comments below. What do you think? What are you looking forward to the most in Season 3? I would love to hear your reactions. Put them in the comments below, or anything else you want to bring up for a discussion to discuss with me about Season 3. Between things you're looking forward to, or something you want me to discuss in another video, or just talk to you about. I'd love to hear from you. So, with that being said, one last thing before I go. This Thursday, on the Wrestle Addict, which I'm going to be hosting every other week, okay, starting this Wednesday, so a couple times a month, and every other week I'll be on with Chris Phoenix and Chris Oni, and we will, considering we're the first night I'm doing this, it's going to be the night after Lucha Underground, we will be talking some Lucha Underground, and I'll be doing a review on here too. But if you want to hear some great discussion from some great guys, go check out the Wrestle Addict. We're starting a whole new thing over there as well. So it'll be the team of me, Chris Oni, and Chris Phoenix, which I have to come up with some kind of goofy nickname for that team. The CNC J-Bone Factory. Something that's horrible. Just having fun. We'll be talking Lucha Underground every other week. And along with other things, we'll talk about some WWE stuff, but I talk about so much WWE stuff on Smash This Podcast that I want to make the Wrestle Addict stuff I do with them really different, So that one will be like all over the place. Lucha Underground, there'll be some WWE, but we'll be talking about a bunch of other stuff too. So please go check that out as well, along with the weekly podcast that we do here on Smash This Podcast, along with all my solo stuff. So, yeah, there's so much going on this week. I can't wait. Between Backlash predictions, we'll be talking about CM Punk's fight coming up. Very excited about that. Whether you're a lover of CM Punk or a hater or whatever, it's still significant. So we'll be talking about that. I think pretty much on all the different podcasts we'll be getting opinions on that from everyone. So yeah, can't wait for this week. Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you think, what we're going to see in Season 3, what you're hoping for, who you want to see the most, whatever. Talk to me. Let me know. Love to hear from you. And that's it for this one. We'll see you down the road.